Hello.
Hello. Today, it's serious. Today, it all ends here. And
Yes.
now,
Finally.
this is the day. It's not maybe the moment, but it is the day.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being first, Pillbug. It is nice to see you.
Yes, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Let's kill this man.
Let's get this bread. Meaning this man. Oh, sorry, Edgeworth. Wait, what? I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Oh, boy. Don't you worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. He comes over and loops his arms around over both of their shoulders.
Yeah, pulls them in together. They blush and turn away.
Angry and sad.
Yeah.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot, dot,
Oh,
dot.
man. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Sad. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
What is it?
You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around while on duty. And to cap it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Wow. The way that we fought to press the laugh track button quietly, like our hands hit against each other, not romantically brushed, like smacked against each other.
But I didn't mean to smack you, I just was going for it.
No, yeah.
That's so funny. I take it Lana's having you run errands again. Always someone's bitch, aren't we? Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was ever a break in today's trial. It's a little
Hello?
It looks like a baby's book.
It does. It looks like law for babies. Evidence law for babies.
Wait, who's this little duck? Is he a duck-tective?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, the way I'm totally distracted now. This is everything, this little evidence law book. I don't know why I've never noticed it before. Why is it so cute?
New icon.
I want it to be like a t-shirt. You know? Like that on a blue t-shirt.
That'd be cute.
Wouldn't that be so? And it's evidence law.
Baby's first bar exam.
Evidence law.
And people will be like, what does your shirt mean? And
I'd be like, what do you mean?
yeah.
I just say, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Look at him. Edgeworth was just talking about this the other day. He was telling me, you should learn how to do law better.
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law, he said. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It seems so.
You could at least study some evidence law. Really?
I could, but...
Remember that when that was just the other day?
The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
A massage.
I thought for a second, I was like, what?
A massage?
A massage? No, a message.
Mm.
No. She said if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book. Him.
This feels like a
She
slap
wants
in
me
the
to-
face.
She wants
feels
me to
mean.
throw this book at him.
She wants me to hit him with this book.
I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. She really doesn't trust him to know enough about evidence law to take him down.
This book feels like it's like a puffy covered, like foam book.
It does. It looks like it's for babies. It's evidence law for baby. The
2 pages.
explains the 2 rules of evidence law. There's only 2.
She wants to see some attorney cop action. She does.
Damn. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Yeah?
Haven't you figured it out yet? why I'm still sitting at that prosecutor seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me.
Mr. Edgeworth.
The real trial today hasn't begun yet.
What? What else is there to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. And when Skye found out that she's unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. I love that he is he's a detective. And he's like the most shocked at every corner of everything.
Yeah.
He's really bad at his job.
Yeah.
Like, he's so bad at his job that lawyers have to get involved.
Yeah. She merely desecrated his corpse.
This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end.
Next time.
Looking at Edgeworth while he says that, can I just say? Being like, it's hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Like, not Emma's been hurt. We're not looking at Emma.
Well, we only just met Emma a few days ago.
So, who gives a fuck?
Who cute.
She's only the sister of our client.
Yeah. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
He's so sensitive. It's so true.
Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor.
God, so sensitive.
The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Bows. Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Wow. He says, well, yes.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but,
Oh, man.
this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bar again?
Huh?
You think I may have manipulated the witnesses. I did not say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking, and...
Everyone's been talking.
Very well, Your Honor.
My reputation's never been worse.
I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What?
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. God, he's so fucking sexy. Very well, the defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
Then it's settled. The, defense may now call forth the next witness.
Man, this is weird.
Oh!
I'll have to change my whole outlook on everything.
Now what's going on? Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over.
The defense calls. The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Oh, okay. Well, him. Right? Like, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that's who we're trying to take down.
Yeah, like...
That motherfucker. I'm not... No. These are all our friends. Except that motherfucker. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damn. Pillbug, thanks for always adding quotes. I love every single one of them.
That's so fun. What happens to the quotes?
Oh, you can
Where do they go?
Where do they go?
Where do they go? I imagine them like their core memories and Inside Out, and they just roll around like little pinballs.
Yeah, basically. See, look, this is what Pillbug did. Mm-hmm. She just summoned a quote, and then a random quote came up, and then she specifically summoned that quote.
When did I say punch that dog? What's wrong with me? I can totally hear you do. No, please, don't.
That was me playing. That's so me though.
It's so you.
Yeah, so they're fun. They're kind of like core memories from Inside Out.
Yeah, that's fun. Anyway, I called Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant, come out. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
As the defendant partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. Nervous.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? Mm-hmm. He kind of hates you, low-key.
Yeah, that's true.
Core memories from your neat little Twitch channel.
Aww.
Exactly.
Wow. Cute.
True. All right, bailiff. Please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Wow.
Oh, now I have to begin. Damn.
And he's like, what?
Huh? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, what did I do?
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, good night, Pillbug. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a nice night.
Yeah, have a good night.
What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy. Are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant, and I'm the acting chief of police.
No then, Chief Gant. Excuse me. He just has like a mouthful of potato chips or something. Now then, Chief Gant. The court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Excuse you.
Sorry.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh? Like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish.
I'm both, you asshole.
You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons. This is the point where I'd be like, are you threatening me right now?
Judge?
Can anyone else hear
Hello?
this, like, simple threat that I'm being given right now?
Sure. Take my testimony, for example. Excuse me. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
Oh, you're gonna give it. What? Is that true?
I'm afraid that's so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, If this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. Subpoena his ass!
Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear cut.
If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Okay.
Start hitting him hard and start hitting him
Fast. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day.
Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic.
Okay. Because you were there at a ceremony
Yeah.
that you would be, like, required to go to.
as part of your job.
Wow, you're such a hard worker.
After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she was there when Dark ran for it.
She wasn't
She
there.
wasn't there when Dark ran for it.
So the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
That's right. But Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. We went upstairs and I went down. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about, a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Is that why he's all... No, it's not. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when that knife went through his heart, though.
He's definitely an electric type gym leader.
For sure.
Like, he's got a Raichu.
Yeah. He's so Raichu coded.
He's so Raichu coded. That's not funny.
That wasn't funny. That was like fucked up of him to say. Lana right there?
Could you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together.
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor?
Yes. Apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Emma.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done.
You and your hypnotic fucking eyes. How can you know that? She had already put the crime scene together.
Because the victim's body, it had already been moved. So that means... You found the body near Lana's desk? That's right. I think you said earlier. It was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Anyway!
So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable, no matter what the circumstances.
Is that how it really went down?
Lantern, Raichu, Alolan Golem, and Luxray.
Ooh.
Lantern because swimming.
Yeah.
Really good. Alolan Golem is also really excellent.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Slay.
all those. Those are all really good choices.
Slay. Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, stare at this ass.
And then he like does a little twerk over the desk.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa!
Blink, whoa! You'd be better off staring at the court record.
Oh.
Worthy, always the smooth talker. He says that after he starts twerking.
Yeah.
Always the smooth talker.
But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant to the incident.
Oh.
Oh shit. No, wait, no. Stop! I didn't mean to. Fuck, I fucking presented my badge. I don't want all that.
Sorry, I didn't see that you had done that. I was.
That's why I was like, no, stop, please. Okay, but wait, is it maybe that? Cause it's cut from the thingy. And it's in his safe.
The jar was in his office. What did we have about the jar?
It was also found in the safe.
And where is that picture taken? Where the jar is also? At the award ceremony. Okay. So he knows about forgery happening. So if he's saying that he does not know about any forgery that's happening, why was that in his safe?
Mm-hmm.
So
this was also found in his desk.
Yeah, so
or in the safe.
So if he doesn't know about the forgery, then why
does he have so many elements of the forgery in his own office?
Yes.
In private areas. But which one do I present, do you think?
The jar, because it was in his safe. But not on this statement.
Right.
As you can guess, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Oh, yeah. That's not correct. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery, but I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example.
That's the blue badger you showed us earlier.
No, Judge. This is a jar.
I'm scared.
A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation.
Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Who? Me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well,
I'm not even a lawyer.
You were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know.
Oh, come on now.
Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
He would never do that, he's so sexy!
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy.
My boy.
Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive
not
his
Dick.
due punishment.
Not Dick. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Let's see. What was it now? A jar fragment and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office.
Oh, please.
Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless.
That's stupid.
There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright!
Yes, Your Honor?
When I'm investigating the crime scene...
When you're investigating?
When investigating the crime scene... No. You should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Yeah, but that's insane. How can there not be checks and balances against the chief of police? Do we not realize what a crazy situation that is?
No. No.
Ooh.
Indeed. I believe I will press charges, so you don't make the same mistake again.
Oh my god.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Edgy.
What?
In return, though, I know, that place, right?
Oh, you guys are friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's in his pocket. He's in him pocket.
Huh? What are these guys? Telepathic? Oh, this is your little buddy? Disrespect to the judge right now.
Yeah, negative points. Hold it.
I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations.
Yeah, stand up for yourself. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and I tipped...
Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. You're gonna need it. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. Yes. If they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal.
I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy.
That's right, he is slimy.
Very slimy.
Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered.
What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean by that? It is all purely a hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
if concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery?
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. I'm not done.
I'm not done speaking. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. But was it? For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. What?
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient?
Right.
Meh?
The chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Damn. Ugh, you're always so right and hot. But I like being snarky. Tell me something I don't know.
Calm now, Righto. Think about it.
Think about it.
Don't be.
How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see?
Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would of course be the position you have. Chief of Police.
Oh!
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is a sufficient motive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway.
Chief anyway.
Chief anyway.
Yeah!
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. 4 more point back at you. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Huh? Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. I would never do anything for no one, no
You
how.
know that I'm a narcissist. You know that.
Come on. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I.
He's literally a narcissist.
There. It's out in the open now. Haji, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little?
Sure.
By all means, please do.
Yeah, give me the goods. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. I know that there's gotta be something.
So that's like definitely the. Oh, that's what we're doing. There it was.
What?
Go
Wait.
to that last page. Executive investigators.
Uh-huh.
Damon Ganos. Oh wait, that's not nothing new. That ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there wasn't anything.
In it for him.
And if he had an accomplice, it was definitely going to be Lana. And that's what we're trying to prove is that, like,
Is that
Lana...
he's using Lana as a tool.
Yeah.
But how do we...
We can do profiles, right?
Not in this one.
You can't do profiles in this one?
No, not in the first one. That's like second game forward.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Wait, we didn't
Yeah,
press
let's
this
just press
yet.
it. Nothing in it for you.
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it?
I don't give a shit about her.
Fuck her.
Fuck her.
If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
Holy shit, he's just like, by the way, I'm the worst
I
sack
hate
of
her.
shit in the world.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
And look how I turned out.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Yeah. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I mean.
Very well, then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant might have helped forge evidence? Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye? The defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have to have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant.
But how would he profit from all this? He would be able to use Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Such emphasis on unchecked. Like,
Unchecked authority.
whoa, this government is so messed up.
Yeah. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
Girl.
Oh, wait! You must mean puppet as it...
Admit it, Chief. We just totally... Anyway, it didn't let me stay. I didn't click anything,
That's
sorry.
so funny. They just talk
They were
over
like,
him.
I don't care. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I have done such a thing?
It'd be cool if she would, Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant.
I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless... that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about
Dun dun.
The murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Oh.
Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue.
Someone will cut it out.
I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Oh, again with the threats. With the big threats. Not even veiled.
No, obvious threats. Just what do you mean?
He means he wants to kill me.
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
Whoa. What? Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency.
Well, that's too bad, because he's also a criminal.
To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder?
Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark?
That's impossible.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language.
Edward said it first. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now.
We have to kiss in front of everyone now. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this.
Puckers his lips and leans forward. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Good question.
Maybe.
That's a good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man.
A little man.
The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
Whew.
I see. All right then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
Right. It's the ID card record, right? Because all those sevens, that's him. Because that was his code for the safe.
That's him.
That's him. And that's what connects you, because you were here, you were there, you were doing it. You did it.
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7777777.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
Yeah, there is. It's your number.
LOL. What? How do you know that?
The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open, a 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean...
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's pissed.
He's like,
we
you
got
fucking
him.
guessed my safe number? And you guessed correctly? Order! Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
It's awesome that we admitted to that too when he was like, hey, if I find out that you were in my safe, that's like a crime.
And he's like, yeah.
And it proves that that investigation was a crime.
Yeah.
Then we're like, yeah, I did a crime.
Yeah, but
To get
doesn't
you.
that end justify demean?
Yeah, Phoenix is like, yeah, I did a crime, but you did it first. Like,
Why doesn't anyone ever say the ends justify the meme?
because it's stupid.
Probably. That's probably true.
Sorry. I have to be ominous.
You have to be ominous.
I have to be ominous and honest at the same time.
All right, fair enough. Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations.
There it is.
And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Grr. Chief Gant! So you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. I can shit in the evidence room. Tell me, did you shit in the evidence room? When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Okay, really, let's stop comparing the evidence room and the bathroom as the same place. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be?
Look at that twitch, dude.
I hadn't seen him in days.
I don't even know who he is.
Who, man?
You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gant. I'm afraid you've just outdone yourself.
Undone yourself.
Undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Skye's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth.
That's right, baby.
If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence.
Me?
Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. What do we have from, Chief Gant asked for that.
Yeah, was
Edgeworth.
by his request? Who requested it? Was it Goodman?
By Gant's request. It says so right there.
Brought back by Gant. No, but like who brought it for him? Brought back to his office by Gant's request. Who requested? Or not who requested.
Oh, wait.
Who was the person that he requested it from?
Edgeworth.
From a past case of Edgeworth's, brought to his office, brought to Edgeworth's office by Gant's request. So it must have been Meekins who brought it.
No, this is why Edgeworth's name is on the ID card thing, because he was told to go to the evidence room and pick up that case from a past thing.
Okay.
So what?
Right. Okay. I see.
But look at that.
This?
Yeah.
5'9", scratched out. Can't turn it over.
You can't.
Can only be submitted to the chief of police.
Where did we find this?
On the floor? In the evidence room? Can only be submitted to the chief of police.
Hi, Leo.
I mean, this is the one thing that Bruce Goodman would have written on that would have been given to Chief Gant. So it feels like this.
Let's go for it.
Detective Goodman lost his ID. Hey, the music's still going. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Also, hi, Leo.
Or, to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police.
Yet, you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh,
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, yes.
But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No! Scary.
Ew.
He got shocked.
It's electric.
Chief Gant, you didn't.
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor office's parking lot.
My car.
In my car. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. No one told me.
No one told me what was
So,
going on.
so, always the last to know, Phoenix Wright. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Yes.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was just a useless clue taking up space.
Whoa, what a hint.
Yeah.
How could the chief have moved the body?
Mr. Wright?
Mr. Wright, show us the evidence.
Okay. Move the victim's body. Chief Gant used this. What have we not used?
Well, he used Edgeworth's car, and it's that screwdriver, because we hadn't used that screwdriver, and he ordered Edgeworth to get the screwdriver. Or he used Edgeworth's car, and he parked the car, and it's that.
Yeah, we definitely haven't used either of those, right?
Yeah. I love that the parking ticket says Edgeworth's name on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
specifically.
present it because it's got his name and I love him. Take that.
This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
A parking stub? Miles Edgeworth. You mean...
He made you move him, dude. The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car.
Not by Edgeworth, by his
No,
car.
by Edgeworth.
You mean I carried the victim's body?
This poor boy. Precisely so.
But wait, even you know. I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day.
But you did return. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why.
I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less.
Aha!
He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Wowie zowie.
Of the stabbings.
So you see, what you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but it was a dead body!
Oh.
Ah! But the victim's body in your trunk! Ew!
Ew, gross,
Ew.
gross. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Can I just say that I really love that the kitties are sitting at our feet right now?
Are they?
Yeah, Rue's right there. You see her tail?
Oh,
And Jimmy's right there.
it's hanging out.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
It's so nice. They're so close.
They love this story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case, you fuck? ... There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye.
Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite.
It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something.
For the love of God, you're my bestest pal! They were lovers.
Oh, they were roommates.
They were
I
roommates.
believe your time's up. My time's up. Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with a district attorney general after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special.
What time is it right now?
Like 11 a.m., I think.
Oh. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away. Don't make me laugh, Worthy. Ah. I stabbed old Goodman. Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
do you have any concrete proof?
Concrete? I mean, I don't know. It's like probably not concrete. It's probably more maybe like something else. Like maybe like
Clay.
like clay proof. It was pretty strong.
Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body.
Ah! Do I have concrete proof?
I don't think so.
But usually it's like you always got to do something. But I don't think we have anything.
I don't think we have.
I literally don't think we have anything. So maybe this is like a losing situation.
That's cement, baby.
It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor, at present I have no conclusive evidence.
See, Edgy? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief.
What?
Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy. I'll leave the rest to you. That's scary.
Yeah.
Wait, that's scary. No, wait, that's scary. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer of our nation's law enforcement agency.
What nation is that, Judge?
Our nation, America.
Oh! What?
Lady Luck. Maybe we should know who that Lady Luck is. I don't know what he said.
That button at all.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness.
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony.
But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor?
Who's the main character of the game?
Have you forgotten? This is Phoenix
Oh,
Wright.
he's not calling witnesses.
Yeah. The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth Emma.
No, Lana, because she's the
Oh, Lana, and she's the
The
one
accomplice.
that's there. Emma's gone. Emma passed out.
yeah, she's dead.
Right. Lana.
The defendant, Miss Lana Skye.
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task? To dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Good choice.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court of law is now... Hold on. Huh? Chief Gant. I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana.
He's talking to Lana.
He's talking to Lana!
Talking to her.
I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences.
Again, threatening.
That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
Isn't she already going to be in that situation right now? This isn't good.
Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. All right then. I've got a lunch date to meet.
Bye, girl.
Blink, 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 blink. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. Recess. 2:04 p.m. He has a lunch day. Early bird
special at 2 p.m.? What a weirdo.
Cap. Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe! I'm not a detective anymore. They fired my ass. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Hey, don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office! My office?
They seem to let in anyone, huh?
Sure, I'll take place at the top, not a girl you used to work with. Could he mean Maya?
Yeah.
Still, looks like we're all out of moves now.
Oh, it'd be so cute if Gumshoe was sitting next to you on the trial stand.
It'd be cute if he could be the assistant just a one time.
Just for once.
He does it in investigations, I guess.
Poop.
Poop. We'll play that later.
Yeah.
Chief Gage done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair that he has the right to refuse to testify. That's crazy pants.
Yeah. Settle down, Wright.
Well, it's crazy pants! What do you think that is next to that couch? Is that a light?
It feels like an ashtray. I always think it's an ashtray.
Oh.
But they're also indoors, so why would it be an ashtray?
Hey, you know, different times. 2015.
I guess so.
No, it looks so like 70s core. If it is an ashtray. I guess I'm just now realizing, like, that's not a table. Like,
No.
when I was younger, I was like, yeah, like a table.
Yeah, like
and now
the table.
and I just looked at it and was like, if that's a table, that's the most insane table I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's not a light, because that would be
Why would
weird.
that be a light?
That's
Yeah.
a weird. It looks like a ceiling light, but on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Like it fell off the ceiling.
Yeah, just really distracted me for a second.
Remember what the judge said?
When?
But Chief, that is not a right to be invoked lightly. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risks. What did he mean by that?
It's simple. If the Chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything, too? Emma!
You.
Emma! You okay?
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
Ooh, it's over radio play. That's cool.
Whoa.
So she heard everything that's been going on. That's very, very convenient. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do.
That must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault.
It was not your fault, Emma.
It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Oh man, that's so right. Give her up for Gumshoe.
Blame society.
Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I remember now. I remembered so clearly this other thing before, but now I really remember.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act.
Oh my gosh, it's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this.
Okay. Kisses. Little kisses before we go. May I ask that we take a short break?
We're back, we're back.
We're gonna finish it. Wait, is this actually it?
I believe this is the last thingy. I believe so.
Yay! Okay.
Okay. All right, are you?
Here we go.
Are you ready, everybody?
Oh, we're so ready.
All right. Now then,
Will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand?
Fierce.
Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course, the truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Yeah.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Have you ever...
Stop.
You know.
Stop. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant.
Get Gant.
Get Gant.
Gant and the fabric.
And the fabric. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. But nice of you all to be convinced that I could only do it with the help of a man.
God forbid women do
God
anything.
forbid women do anything like fabricate evidence by themselves. I found Prosecutor Marshall's body. I rearranged the crime scene. I did the planning, the meal plan, the setting. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
But Lana...
If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself.
The judge may now begin its cross-examination.
The judge?
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
He keeps getting really confused on his job.
Can't in the fabric.
How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years.
Detective Gant and Detective Skye were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. There wouldn't be any duds. Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why... There's no truth to this blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Skye. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip.
Blah!
I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
True.
And...
I fabricated it.
did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him.
Lana!
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
Yes.
You say you did this all by yourself?
Yes. That's you. Why did I do that?
I don't know, but thank you.
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? Wait, what? That's not
What?
right. But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. Huh? The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away by this in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
Yeah, she loves you. Okay.
She left me. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. I broke up the tip of the knife. You planted the tip of the Dark's knife into the body? And you moved the body? It did a lot of moving.
But why? Why would you do that?
You, of all people, should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. Yeah, she probably would have said
my
that more
God.
calmly. You've always got a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was. By Chief Gant's desk.
But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
The reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Skye removed the moved the body. Moved the body.
Pieces of that jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan.
What?
Pieces of the jar, you mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to commit In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So, when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it had already been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Emma seemed real excited about that last one.
So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence?
She's lying! She did it so that I wouldn't be blamed for what happened!
In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying!
Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Planted it inside the wound and moved the body.
I still don't understand. Can you...
A single stab. Wouldn't it have counted as a second stab if you put another thing in there? Died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip.
Weapon found in wound was missing tip. But there was
Broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, and moved the body. Okay.
So.
Wait.
Weapon found in
A
movement.
knife tip was in the wound. Wait, why does it say that there? But then it says that it was missing the tip.
I don't know.
That's very bizarre. That's a contradiction in the court record itself.
But when did the vase break? When did the jar break? We just have this. We don't have anything else. We just look at this thing. Do 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 do.
It's not a very good jar.
No, this jar sucks. This is the worst jar I've ever seen.
I don't know where you would stand it. Would you, or why, or what?
No.
How you would hold it? It doesn't feel like it's ergonomic in any way.
It's not cute.
It's
at all.
It's so weird.
It's not useful.
And it's not closed off at any point.
It holds nothing.
It's funny.
But when did this break? Why was it broken?
I don't know. Is that... Where should I present that? If a piece of the jar shattered during the events threatened my plan, my only way...
Why did it threaten her plan? Did it have something to do with what was written in blood?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we should get her to talk more about it. Maybe she'll talk more about it. Miss Skye, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring it to everyone's attention, the significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Oh, because the only reason she would have wanted to hide them is to protect Emma.
Yeah.
There's no other reason.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And that in itself is a contradiction. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have yet been broken before he died. Ah. True. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar.
Well, he couldn't have written it if he was dead. Order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing this bloody No, we may be missing something critical here.
Something critical?
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you are as in the dark as we are about the truth toward which we are headed.
What?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony.
I don't want to. I know.
Jar and message of blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. For why?
Why?
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was she didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
cross-examine and present it. Object, damn
So
it.
the jar was already broken? It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
Real. It certainly does. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case.
What the fuck? But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces?
Sorry. Normally I would have. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all of the pieces and ground them to dust. Oh, well, that helps my
Oh,
case.
good.
Well, that's great. You'd commit a crime. That's awesome.
Lana, you do that for me?
Okay, all right. You guys are really great sisters. That's nice. It seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was.
If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence.
Lana is such like a real, like she's such a like ride or die sister. She's like, man, if my sister committed murder, I would protect her from anything. You must have been in a hurry. I was, sorry. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
To be safe, I wiped away the blood. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation?
Lana!
I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. So true.
I'm sure I got them all, she says.
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright.
She had her phone.
Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. On my phone.
Me too. I also do that. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
I never mess anything. I got every last piece.
Wrong.
That's wrong.
Wrong.
That's wrong. That's wrong because...
I have every last piece, and you missed some of the blood.
Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you are unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it! She really didn't know! There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them.
Yeah, and that's why I'm talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Yes! Which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are far too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes.
Everybody has those days.
Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that?
Edward,
Shut up!
Edward doesn't want to waste any time on
Have you
that.
forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first,
How was Jar? Who was Jar?
then who was Phone?
I'm telling you, this game just keeps doing an auto for some things
That's
for no
so
reason.
funny. It's so funny that that they're just interrupting each other.
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years?
Oh!
Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No! No! He passes out. Wait! I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called?
Ooh, it's fabrication of evidence!
Bum, 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 bum. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. Ow, 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 ow.
What?
She like bit her thumb so much that it just like splurted blood.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Ew, Alana, ew. No, I did it on my own.
Please, sis, stop biting your thumb.
I hate when you do that.
Stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
Foul lies. Imagine that coming from my own client.
Jeez.
Coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
What?
What?
Wait a minute.
I am not twisting nothing.
What if
What if you're lying?
we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana, maybe right after all.
Huh? What do you mean, Wright? So you do mean to tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Just so you do tell foul lies. You do mean to tell foul lies.
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Miss Skye, please testify once more. But
About what?
if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Miss Skye, if you will. I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there's a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
All right, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Oh, this is the final one?
Maybe. Actual crime scene.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious in the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable! The body was impaled on the armor sword? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof.
Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What, to me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you.
Well, very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? You have it.
She
Mr.
gave
Wright,
me-
you have it.
Oh,
She
did-
gave it to you this morning.
She gave me a baby book.
Let's check that evidence again. Must be a picture in there somewhere.
Wait, we didn't look at it at all. We just looked at the baby book.
I love this little baby.
Detective. Pio.
Pio.
Oh, I love him.
Hey, there's a picture in here.
Ooh. That's kind of gory.
God, it is gruesome.
Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other
No other detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
Gasp! Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be?
The cloth we found from inside Chief Gant's safe. What's this?
This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer.
What? But those fingerprints.
Those are yours, Emma.
Uh-oh.
They're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flesh out the real murderer.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Okay. Okay. Oh!
Come now, Aji! This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Hey, what happened to the early board special, huh?
Well, he realized it was 2 p.m. That's probably what happened, to be honest.
Wait, it's too late.
Yeah.
Chief Gant, what? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
Oh my god!
What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
Oh, hell yeah. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Rubs his hands together.
Oh boy. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
Woo! Let's fucking go!
G. So what? You think I'm worried?
Oh, I think you're a little worried.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait! You mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
Nice job hiding it for until now.
No, I don't. But someone does.
Someone.
So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about
Oh.
it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, but I don't want to do what he wants to do. I want to do what I want to do. If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's goose is cooked. She's sure to be made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
Listen, I plan on presenting that piece of evidence when I'm good and ready. What do I do now? I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? No. It's not the right time. I'm not gonna do it when Gant wants me to. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Exactly right. Exactly right. I can't present it right now. It's a bad time.
What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what's inside.
No, I didn't take anything.
The conclusive evidence.
Which one? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Emma, shut the fuck up.
What's it to
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. Blech.
Oh, he has one.
See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
No, Phoenix just presented it. So he's like, look at it again.
No, Phoenix didn't present this picture yet.
Yeah, did we not?
This is the evidence that we were not presenting. Oh, no, wait. We presented the picture, we haven't presented the cloth, because we have the cloth. That's the thing. Sorry, pardon me. You were right.
Oh. It looks like part of this been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
Yeah.
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Oh, big scandal.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. Oh.
That she would ask me
That
for
she would
my
ask
aid.
me for my aid. Excuse me.
No worries.
So you assisted Miss Skye. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
Wow, he's just really giving us all everything, huh?
And I ended up using that evidence to get Jodar convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence,
What's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then, before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Okay. I guess we can show it. I guess something's different now. He did admit to hiding it.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
All right, let's see this conclusive evidence. The conclusive evidence. Okay, so like,
There's a line that you didn't read.
the evidence that that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
There you go. I guess
Well,
the cloth,
the
right?
thing-
I mean, it's the cloth.
Why is the cloth so square?
Because he cut it out. Because Gant cut the piece off.
That
And he did it very intentionally to plant the whole thing. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest?
chest. You gave him top surgery? Oh yes. At last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean, it could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ha ha ha. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that. Mr. Wright? Do you really know? Looking around.
Oh, is someone talking to me?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Okay, throws up. Fine, I'll tell you. Very well, I'll tell you.
Fine. Fine.
It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is... Please remember that she's just a little girl.
Emma Skye? What? They're mine?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Aw, she faced us head on now. She's like, wait a
She's like,
second.
wait, hey,
Stop
huh?
everything.
Oh! You're really something, Grido. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So that's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster!
Miss Skye!
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too.
Not just yet.
You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense.
Guys, I just presented it, so I didn't conceal it. I presented it just now. Like,
I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted.
This is some wild shit. Like after I present it, I get punished for not presenting it.
I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat's got your tongue? Aren't you gonna tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Skye, wasn't it?
No, I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is.
Oh, the real killer. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends now and here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth is something that I know.
It's not bloody? In that picture? Well, because it would be bloody, right?
It would,
And it-
sure, right? I mean, we could try that.
yeah.
It feels like the only thing that would be relevant other than the cloth itself.
Yeah, because that's a picture of the crime scene as Lana saw it.
Yeah.
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
Well, I'll tell ya. This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. Does anyone else want to say something? See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Ain't that the truth? Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs were no doubt punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Ew.
It was really fucking gross.
Oh! But that piece of cloth!
This is clean as ever.
Wait! There's no blood on it! Gah!
Since Emma Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
This is nonsense!
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. He just really didn't like that jar. And make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago?
that you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. It's finally all over.
Whew, he died.
Huh?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What? Oh.
Hey! That was close, Rhino. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order! Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, old Rhino here concealed that piece of cloth. Then what's your excuse, Rhino? So you do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of evidence ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Oh, did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
I don't think so.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct.
No.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
Guys, I just read a baby book that told me this was not true.
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright?
It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
I did not. It was perfectly above board. I admit I refused to present it at one point.
Aha! So the evidence is illegal.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present it then, evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Aji, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
Oh, yeah, no problem, because it's literally from the baby book that we just read. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. So we needed to know that it was relevant.
Yeah. And he said this proves that Emma did it. And it didn't prove that Emma did it. It proved that
it
was cut out to
and
conceal evidence.
we also didn't have approval to present the evidence until Gant told us expressly to present it.
Oh, yeah.
So we needed his approval.
Take that, baby book. We
This
throw
is my
the
proof, Your Honor. Throw that book at him.
we throw the squeaky book at him.
Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Skye's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book.
Squeak, squeak.
The second rule of evidence law. Turns the page and it's all crinkly.
There's like crinkly textured sensory books for babies that are just made out of cloth.
Yeah.
Evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take a look at that photo and...
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few minutes ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
Ah!
That's so crazy.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest?
Oh, yes. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest. Is that how our stream looks right now?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, perfect. Is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you. Nervous laughter.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me.
Well, there's the way things go.
God, crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me.
Goodman turned him down, and he ought to.
As he ought to.
As he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room and killed him. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
What if I killed you?
What? What?
He opened his evidence locker and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall. Then I had to kill him.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken back by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out, just gushing. It was everywhere. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint. Detective Gumshoe's on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you just put the body in my car? I'm sorry! I couldn't think of any other way to move the body! No one else has a car! That I know!
So crazy.
It's so weird. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
That's so fucked up.
Damn.
Damn, you make more than me.
You make more than me.
Yeah. He has a nice car. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Miss Skye involved in all this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar fragments and the glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
Dang.
They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close inspection. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same.
Not that. Not that. Ew. Ew.
One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
What?
Kill him.
Yeah, that's mean. It's mean to say to him. Yeah.
Whoa! Looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, gee. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Damn.
Those days are gone now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
Okay.
Oh, they're dating now.
Yeah. He was like, church
I now
bells.
pronounce you man and man.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes. Yes.
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Skye, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
Oh.
You're right. Bombastic side eye at you. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up till today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Skye. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Skye, you all really pretty smile. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. That's so nice of her.
It was nothing.
Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job.
Blushing.
Stop it.
Shut up.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Skye,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes. I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
She
She
ascended.
flew away.
Yeah. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already.
That's so true.
Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye,
Let's go. No.
not
Guilty!
guilty. Woo!
What is it? A P?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Woo!
That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh my god.
We did it.
Oh my god.
At long last, it's finally over!
Emma?
Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended.
I could see why Mia Faye thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Oh, she thanked Edgeworth and she thanked Phoenix, but she didn't thank her sister, and she did all of that work. And the sister didn't compliment me.
You know, I did my best too. But Laura did say I did a good sit, or I deserve tree.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Puts his arm around both of them.
Yeah. As he does.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
Come here.
Come here.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it all off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Say, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Just did the same thing over again. Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Ta-da!
So he is here because of her sister.
Yeah, but she's here to see the Emma.
Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Whatever.
I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked.
Really?
It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis.
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you're only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis.
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. Emma.
Huggy.
No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. I imagine that it's like a Scrubs, like JD giving a narration while everybody's walking around and having the end of their episode.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And it is from there we can move on toward a brighter future. Aww.
Oh.
At least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright? Mr. Gumshoe? Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. We won't. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Unlikely.
Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here.
Comes out from behind the ficus.
Where was he hiding?
I just came to say, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well,
Right.
I'll be going now.
Come back. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me.
Oh, girl, no, not this.
No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despised criminals, I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. That's what he said.
Yeah. It was very Emperor Palpatine of him.
Yeah,
One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down. Once you try to go it alone. Kill him. Do it.
I do despise criminals. I planned to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary. But I've known that to be true for quite some time now. And that's why he always carries a pocket knife. But it was taken from his car!
And planted into a murder. But Edgeworth,
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did.
I don't think that's true.
That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Whoa! Party foul. Everybody was happy, and now everyone's really sad.
I'm emo!
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone.
Huh?
You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz?
Come on,
Blushing.
Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
They kiss.
Yeah, each other's tongues. I don't know. Wait, what is he talking about? I clicked off of it. What did we find together?
What did we find together? The truth.
Yeah.
You just-
I felt like there was a lot of evidence that would have been difficult to find without his help.
Oh, we both had 2 pieces of the evidence list.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And we put them we glued them together at the end.
If my mum is your mum and my dad
Exactly.
is your dad,
Exactly.
then that makes us sisters.
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's time for me to go.
Edgeworth's like, well, I don't want his help.
Stop!
I don't want that. I don't want all...
Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
And me. Damn it. Edgeworth, what will you do now?
I'm trying to leave.
Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, Mr. Wright.
Okay.
But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell. Okay, bye.
Well, I better go too.
I got places to be.
You'll never see me again.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for
Oh, scientific investigation.
you. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. I will.
It's the first book she ever bought.
It's her
Baby book.
baby book, her little sensory toy book.
And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith.
Remembers them
Faith
hugging.
that their lives have only just begun.
Wow.
And as for me, I think it's time I started a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself.
Wow, Edgeworth being the last one.
Right in the dead center, too.
Yeah.
Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
But
I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright's here the one who'll be footing the bill.
Huh? Huh?
What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream?
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Objection! Yay!
Aw.
Yay!
Yay!
Shooty-cooey, you really slayed this one, the first one. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow.
Will you?
Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
Aw,
That's so cute, baby.
Good job planning, Takeshi.
Oh.
Nice job on the design, Kazuya.
Yay, we finished the first game.
I'm so proud of us.
Yikes! I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said.
That's what
Just
they
goes to
said.
show, you can't shake me off that easy.
True. Wow.
Yasuyaki Kishimoto
Tatsuya.
Tatsuya Yamamoto Kojiro Agawara Hirochika Nakaki Kota Fukumashi and Takura Ishikawa. They all did great.
Wagner messages to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy! Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard! My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today.
Wow.
I show him now! Someday I'm gonna make detective! Yes, sir! And then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe!
Oh, he wants to be just like Gumshoe.
That's sad.
Graphics.
Shichi, Koji,
Chie.
Toshihiko. There he is.
There he is. There he is. There's our boy. Yay. Wow. Just looking at him.
Good job.
Oh,
no!
Oh. Wow. So callously showing us a death.
Wow, I didn't know that this was gonna be that kind of movie. That was really sad. Oh.
What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Me star managed to sneak this into me. She's saying one of the saying, well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You can give Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
Is this Phoenix talking to everyone?
Yeah. Seems that way. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the lunch on this. I've missed the joke. The top layer.
way lunch.
Oh, this is a bitter defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
Ben Judd. Hey, hero to the people.
All right, Ben.
on this side, you know?
Brandon Gay.
All right. And Cowrie?
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left?
No!
Anyway, he said he's been doing, something for others for how many years now? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go.
Oh my god. Oh man.
You forgot your gavel? Your binky?
Judd forgot his diaper.
I don't know what came over me.
I don't know. He was being a big baby, though.
He is a big baby. Wait, are these voices? Who are these?
I didn't see.
Maya!
Fine! No, oh, see, yeah.
No, you can be Maya.
Nothing soothes the cool country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back and tell him a full-fledged spirit medium.
Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin.
Coming! Well, see you around, Nick.
Yay! See you around. See you next time.
Yay.
We miss you, Queen.
Yeah.
Oh. Hideaki Katagiri.
Kentaro, Ryohei.
Oh! Mr. Edgeworth? Oh.
Mr. Edgeworth, I brought your tea. What's going on? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Edgeworth? Phoenix went over to see him.
And he wasn't there.
Unless that...
I think that was just
That
the
was just the
bellboy
bellboy.
being like, hello, I brought your tea.
Hello, I brought your tea. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
It's a studying book. Oh. Peel. Boing.
Aww. Cuties, look at them. Family.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Wow. Capcom.
Thanks, Capcom, for one of my favorite game series ever.
Yay! And that was only the first one. We still have so much to go.
We have so many adventures to have. All right. Well.
Alright. Well, okay, so here's a question. Do you want to go immediately into the next game?
Or do we
next
want to
week?
take a break?
You want to take like a little tiny break to do like a little tiny something?
What would we do?
I don't know. I'm thinking
Well,
about
we could
it.
think about it, and we'll think about it, and then we'll get back to you.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking, gotta figure out what's going on Wednesday with all of our Pokemon.
Yeah. We could do. Well, no. We shan't.
Do what?
Unless we could have a stream Fields of Mysteria playthrough.
No, we don't. We can't do that.
Oh right, because there's no Steam on this computer.
No, it's not a Mac game, and this is a Mac.
That's stupid, and they should change that. The Mac people.
Yes. No, it's.
But okay, then I guess that's a stupid idea.
No, it's not a stupid idea. It's just an
It's
impossible
impossible.
idea. That's the only thing. But we do love it, and we love this game, and we're
Yeah.
excited about more of this game. We're gonna kind of like discuss what we want to do.
We'll see.
I'm happy to be at the end of this game. I really enjoy it. I'm excited to continue on with the rest of the
Yeah.
series because I really enjoy the entire series.
It'll be. I mean, I love the original trilogy so much. I'm gonna eat up every second of it. Couldn't possibly do this without playing the original trilogy. But it'll be really exciting to get through the original trilogy and start getting into some of the games that you haven't played,
That neither of us have played.
and some of the ones that neither of us have played. There's some of them I've played.
Yeah, but it'll be really exciting to see the ones that neither
of us have played. That'll be really fun. And who knows? By the time we get through them all, there might even be a new one.
Oh, can you imagine?
I can.
That'll be so cool. But until then, we'll see you on Wednesday for something else. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I'll make sure that all of these VODs are up on YouTube soonish. All right, have a nice night, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.